Hey there guys, hope you're all doing well. Guy with a Current 23 back here with this week's Blu-ray and DVD update. Got a few DVDs to show, and without any dilly-dallying, I'll get straight on with it. 5 DVDs I picked up from That's Entertainment. I went in there last Monday, Bank Holiday Monday, and I picked up some stuff. 5 DVDs, 3 I've seen, 2 I have not, and these are those DVDs. So yeah, first up is Mysterious Skin. I know there's a US Blu-ray out there, but I just kind of haven't got around to importing it yet, but I will do eventually, but the DVD will do for me now. I don't know why I haven't bought this before. It's a film that I remember kind of watching it years and years ago. It was when I was kind of like too young to stay up, and I remember I had actually in this very room I had like a small crappy television, and I had to put the headphones in, and it was a whole thing. But anyway, really good film. Stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Brady Corbet as these two people who, as they were kids, were on the same softball. I think it was like softball team or baseball team at school. And basically, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is basically, well, for want of a better word, a rent boy. He's a male prostitute, you know. And when he was younger, he was friends with this kid who, in adult life, is played by Brady Corbet. And this kid has, basically what happened to them was, I don't think this is kind of a spoiler, basically, when they were younger, like I said, they were on the same sports team, and they were sexually abused by their like sports coach. And basically, Brady Corbet's character kind of, I guess, blacked out those few hours of his life, and basically he believes he was taken by UFOs when he was younger, and it's him trying to kind of find out about what happened, about whether he was taken by aliens. But it's like, we know the story that he doesn't. But it's a really interesting film, directed by Greg Araki, who I'm marginally a fan of, you know. The films I have seen, this is probably his best. I think I've only seen this in Kaboom, which I wasn't that big a fan of, really. This one is really, really good though. I remember it stayed with me even when I was younger. It was one of those films, kind of like Mean Creek as well, when I kind of like discovered how different films could affect me in different ways. And the ending, really powerful ending as well. One of those films that it's kind of, the ending kind of comes out of nowhere, but kind of after you think about it for a while, you think, yeah, that ending was kind of like, it should have ended there. But really, really cool. Get a booklet as well with the poster art and just the regular DVD. So yeah, first up will be Mysterious Skin. Now the next one is the Magdalene Sisters here, directed by Peter Mullen. Hang on a sec. Yeah, written and directed by Peter Mullen, who's a really good Scottish actor if you don't know him already. But yeah, probably if anyone in America probably knows him best from War Horse, probably, I think. But yeah, really interesting one. This basically it's set in, when is it? I don't think it's said, but like in the olden days in Ireland, there was these Magdalene laundries, and basically they were kind of like for wayward girls, and they were not really abused, but it wasn't a very good place to live. And it's women who like who became pregnant when they were young, or were like promiscuous, I guess, and they're kind of holed up in these, like I said, these laundries, and they're forced to do kind of like manual labour. And it's basically kind of like rein them in a bit, and it's really, really powerful. It's just basically they're kind of I think like 3 different women who are kind of dealing with that kind of their situation in different ways, and kind of them trying to kind of get out of this place. And it's really, really like full of amazing performances. You got so they got Peter Mullen has a little role in this. They've got Geraldine McEwen, who's a really kind of a Nurse Ratched type character. Anne-Marie Duff, who I'm a big fan of, James McAvoy's wife. Nora Jane Noon, who I believe is in The Descent, which I still haven't seen, but a really good cast, amazing performances, brilliant direction, just a really good film. It's not an easy watch, but it's a very rewarding one at the same time. But yeah, really like this one. The Magdalene Sisters also doesn't have a Blu-ray release in the UK, or anywhere, I don't think. And the third one is, I have seen this, but it was quite a few years ago, but I do remember it being like a really kind of trippy but powerful film, and it is The Machinist. Probably most famous for the fact that Christian Bale lost, I think, about £60 for the role, I think. And he's like basically he plays it like this really emaciated guy who's like I think hasn't slept for a year, and this is kind of like paraphrasing because I haven't seen it for quite a while. And basically he starts having hallucinations, and all this kind of stuff. It's very, like I say, very trippy, very dark, kind of Lynchian kind of, but not quite. But it's really interesting. Brad Anderson, really good directing job on this, and it's just a really good film. So that's The Machinist. Another one which I haven't seen, we have Stoned. I mainly picked this up because Paddy Considine was in it, to be quite honest. Haven't heard much about this film. It's decent casting there. We've got Leah Gregory, and again Paddy Considine, David Morrissey, Ben Whishaw, and some other people as well. But it looks like an interesting film. I believe about the is it about a person? Oh yeah, Brian Jones, that's the one. And it's kind of like Control, but it's a different, kind of different variation of that. But yeah, it looks like an interesting one. I mainly got it because of the cast. But yeah, so that's that. That's Stoned. And the next one, so the last DVD is one I've heard of, but I've never seen. Heard good things about it, I think. I haven't heard that much about it, but what I have heard is good. We have The Virgin Suicides. I'm a big-ish fan of Sofia Coppola. I do like her films. She's alright. I mean, she's not like an amazing director, but she's good enough, I suppose. I don't know exactly what it's about, but I believe it's something about this bunch of girls who have different boyfriends or something, I'm not quite sure. But it looks like an interesting one. Like I said, it's like, you know what you're getting when you're with a Sofia Coppola film. It's going to be kind of, I guess, like ethereal, kind of out there and whatever. But yeah, looks like an interesting one. So yeah, that's Virgin Suicides. That's all the DVDs out of the way. Let's go on with the Blu-rays, and the first one I'll show a box set which I did an unboxing of, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. We have the Kelly Reichardt collection, or Reichardt, I don't know how to pronounce the name. Really nice set. Obviously I'm not going to get it open because, like I said, I did an unboxing of it, which I'll probably link down below actually. But yeah, really good director. It's a very unique set, which kind of belongs to a very unique kind of director, and it's basically out to tie in with her new film Night Moves, which was supposed to come out on Friday, but the only kind of the nearest, the nearest time, or what the fuck ever, the nearest time I could see is the end of October. But yeah, really interesting set. Contains Old Joy, Wendy and Lucy, and Meek's Cut Off, and also her first film, A River of Grass. Haven't watched any of these yet, but I've heard they're very good transfers. And like I said in my unboxing, I'm going to be doing a new video series with this, which I might start tonight actually, possibly. But yeah, that's Kelly Reichardt collection. And the next few, well, I've watched, well, I'll explain it. First up, I'll do the new release actually first. So the new release I got again last Monday. I saw it in the cinema. I did like it in the cinema, but watching it again on Blu-ray, I appreciated how good it is much more. And yeah, that film is Lock, starring Tom Hardy. Really good film, this. It's all set in one place. I love films like that, which is just set in one place or in one time, or in kind of like one room or something. But this all takes place in a car. Basically, Tom Hardy plays this I don't know what, like a concrete farmer, I believe they're called. And it's basically on the eve of this, like, what's supposed to be like the biggest concrete pour in Europe or something, I think. And it's all set in his car. Basically, he decides to, I'm not going to give anything away because there is kind of a spoiler if you haven't seen the film. Basically, he goes out of his way to go somewhere else where he shouldn't be. And basically he, again, I don't want to give too much away, but something happens between him and his family that he didn't really want to happen. And it's, like I say, it's all set in one car. It's Tom Hardy in one car. People kind of call him up. But it's really kind of nail-biting near the end as well. But I love the way they filmed this. I listened to the commentary the other day, and it was incredible how they filmed this. Basically, they mapped out the whole story, the whole script and everything, and then basically it was Tom Hardy in a car on a low loader, and they was like, they did like a play. They filmed it. They managed to film it twice in one night, which is incredible to me. The whole film twice in one night. I mean, it's only about an hour and 20 minutes, but it's still like a good way to do that. And basically, I think they had all that kind of the voice actors in one room, and they actually called in real time, and they filmed it like that, and they just filmed him filmed his scenes like the whole way through, and they had these people kind of ringing him up in real time, which is like a really interesting way of doing it, and it fit the film perfectly because it is that kind of what's the word? Very immediate. It's very yeah, it's just very immediate, but it's really, really good. And like I say, I watched it 4 times. It's almost hypnotic, this film. I just can't stop watching it. Have now, but really good. You got a commentary with the director Stephen Knight, and a kind of like a 6-7 minute making of. But the commentary is better, but than the making of. It gives you more information. But yeah, that's Lock on Blu-ray. Then one thing that kind of annoyed me was the fact that this came out, that the Blu-ray of this came out in the US kind of like 1 or 2 weeks before this one did. Yet they got the film kind of like a month or so after we did, which is kind of annoying to me. But anyway, yeah, so that's Lock. No, I rambled on about that a bit too much. Next one I've actually seen. Only 2. Well, I suppose 2 of these I have actually. No, 2 of these I haven't watched, but one of those I have actually seen before. But one I did actually watch here on Blu-ray is Stakeland, directed by Jim Mickle, a really good director, but I'll get to that in a minute. It's a vampire film set in, well, kind of a nondescript time, I think, in a kind of a nondescript place as well. And it's basically about this kid who has a family kind of out in the sticks of America. And I don't think it's ever explained, but kind of vampires, and kind of they're kind of vampiric monsters, more like, kind of start terrorizing everybody. And basically, it's kind of a road. I class it as kind of a road movie with vampires. And it's a really good film. It's not a film that I'd watch again, I don't think. And to be honest, I'll probably sell off this Blu-ray. I might watch the special features first, because there's a lot of special features on this. But it's just one of those films that I can't see myself watching like loads and loads of times. Yeah, mainly want to check it out because Jim Mickle, who directed this year's Cold in July, which I really, really like that film, directed this, and people say it was like really, really good. A lot of people gave it 4 stars, you can see on the front there. And I want to check it out. It's on Netflix as well, so if I ever wanted to watch it again, I could watch it on there. But yeah, really interesting. It's not a bad film by any means. It's very well acted. What's his name? Nick D'Amici, a really good performance by him. And also you got Kelly McGillis, who came back into acting after quite a few years hiatus, and then Danielle Harris as well. But it's a really interesting film, like I said. The special effects, kind of the gore, is very, very well done. The thing I'll say about Jim Mickle is that he is very, very good at directing violence and kind of filming violence. It's a really kind of violent films, and his films are really well done. You know, he really knows how to film it, and it's just like really, really. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling again, but it's good. I'd say check it out. But yeah, that's Stakeland. Don't say much more about that. And then the next one I have seen. I was walking in Sainsbury's the other day, again on last Monday, and I saw this on the shelf for £5, which is a damn good price. For what it is, it's been out for a while, but it was quite expensive when it first came out, and that is the BFG on Blu-ray, digitally restored. And it was restored very, very well. There's a special feature on this which kind of compares the kind of the original with the restoration. It looks really, really good. They did a really good job cleaning this one up. And it's based on the Roald Dahl book of this. It's like an animated. It's Brian Cosgrove. Yeah, Cosgrove Hall production, directed by Ryan Cosgrove, starring David Jason as BFG. And one thing I'll say about this film, basically it follows a little girl who is in an orphanage. Basically, one night she witnesses the BFG planting dreams in kids' heads, and basically he sees her, he takes her. And one thing I will say, that she doesn't question a lot of stuff that happens in this film. She takes a lot of it in her stride, you know. It's like if I was someone like that, I'd be like, well, this is kind of strange, isn't it? I mean, she doesn't question it very much. It's like she just kind of goes with the flow. It's really strange, but apart from that, really, really good. I don't remember. I know a lot of people kind of love it because of its nostalgic factor. I didn't really watch it when I was younger, so that I didn't really have that for me. But it's a really good one. It's just over an hour and a half, and it's a proper movie. I thought it was like a 45-minute thing, but it's a proper kind of animated movie. Very well animated, like I said, and also restored very, very well. And they've also got an interview with Brian Cosgrove. So a couple of songs in there, Whiz Poppin', and storyboards, like I say, after restoration. It's region free as well if you want to import it. Right there. I say £5. You cannot go wrong, really. It's just a one disc. But and also it was on his own. It was on its own, just kind of like stacked in with a load of Blu-rays, and it was only £5. I thought, there's no way I'm not picking that up. So that's the BFG. And these next two I have actually no, sorry, one of these films I haven't watched or seen. But one of these I have seen but not watched. If you know what I mean. Oh, excuse me. And the first one that I haven't watched or seen is a Rendition, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Reese Witherspoon. You've also got Peter Sarsgaard, Alan Arkin, Meryl Streep in there as well. And I don't know the full story, but I believe it's about this man who goes missing on this flight, and his wife kind of tries to find out kind of what happened to him. And I think it's a political thriller basically. I mentioned this about Babel before, and Syriana. There's been these kind of these films that, I guess, kind of these political thrillers, like say like Syriana, like Babel, and like this, that came out in the kind of a few years. And it looks like an interesting one, a good cast. A big fan of Jake Gyllenhaal. Reese Witherspoon, it can be good on occasion, so I'm hoping she's good in this. But yeah, it's just a one disc. That's that. And there was one that, oh yeah, that was it, yeah. Basically, actually no, I'll show the last one first. And the next, so the last title in this update is one that I already own, but I wanted the alternative artwork version. And this, and as you probably know by now, I'm looking to own all the Artificial Eye releases, and this one did come out kind of years ago, and then it was re-released with different artwork. But I wanted to get this artwork, and also had a different spine number as well, and it is a Winter's Bone. I haven't checked this one out since I saw it, watched it on television. I did like it. I've said on occasion that I'm not the biggest fan of Jennifer Lawrence. I just think that her fame has skyrocketed a bit too fast, I think. But I'm not saying she's a bad actress, she's not at all, but she just doesn't really do anything for me, really. I mean, it's just kind of strange that most of the films she's in I either don't want to see or kind of actually avoid going to see because she's in it. But, you know, I'll say she's not bad, but she doesn't really do anything for me, really. You know, special features, you've got making of, commentaries and all that shite. Anyway, but yeah, I wanted to pick up the alternative artwork version, and this one is spine number 16. I believe the other one was spine number 51, I think. But really wanted to get this one, and it was only, yeah, that was the thing. In That's Entertainment, it was two for £5, and then no, was it 2 for 10, then one for, well, basically what the thing was, I think I paid £5 for two of them, and one I paid £2.50 for. These two I paid, I think it was 2 for 5, and then that I got for £2, I think. Yeah, £2 from That's Entertainment. And the only bad thing about That's Entertainment is you go in there and you find something you want, and then it's in for 2 for £5, and then you find something else you want, and it's in the 2 for £10, and it's like, well, I want to get these three, but I don't want to kind of have, it's like you pick like things you want, but they're always in different offers, which it's kind of annoying, really. But yeah, see, that's the downside of That's Entertainment. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's all I got this week. Decent amount of stuff, some DVDs, which I'm not that big of a DVD buyer anymore. But if I see something cheap, that I mainly look for things that aren't on Blu-ray, but films that I don't really need on Blu-ray, really. But yeah, so yeah, next week will be a kind of unboxing bonanza. I've got a lot of stuff to unbox, hopefully. It depends if it gets here on time. I've got a big package coming that I might have mentioned before, which I'm not going to mention here, keep it a surprise. Then I've got a couple of US Blu-rays to unbox, again, hopefully if they get here by the end of next week. So yeah, thanks as always for watching. Any comments on these titles, please leave down below. And I'll see you on the next one. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.